Eala excited to clash with Gauff anew, a rising star's dream at Indian Wells. In the world of professional tennis, few moments are as thrilling as the opportunity to face the best players on the planet. For young Filipino star Alex Eala, that moment may soon arrive again. As she prepares for the prestigious BNP Paribas Open in Indian Wells, the possibility of meeting American tennis sensation Coco Gauff once more fills her with excitement, determination, and motivation. At just 20 years old, Eala is already becoming one of the most inspiring stories in women's tennis. Her journey from a young girl dreaming of playing on the world's biggest stages to competing against elite players in the Women's Tennis Association, WTA, has been nothing short of remarkable. Now, as she steps onto the courts in California, she stands on the edge of another defining chapter in her career. A dream coming true. For many tennis players, competing at Indian Wells represents more than just another tournament. Often called the fifth Grand Slam, the BNP Paribas Open attracts the sport's biggest stars and thousands of passionate fans. For Alex Eala, the experience is deeply personal. She spoke openly about how meaningful it feels to play at such an iconic venue. The energy of the crowd, the prestige of the tournament, and the opportunity to compete against the best players in the world make the event unforgettable. Since she was a young child, Eala had imagined herself walking onto courts like these. Watching tennis legends compete on television, she dreamed of one day standing among them. Now that dream is reality. Playing here with so many people supporting me is something I've dreamed about since I was young, Eala shared before the tournament began. The possibility of facing Coco Gauff. One of the most exciting storylines surrounding Eala's campaign is the possibility of another encounter with Coco Gauff. Currently ranked world number 4, Gauff has already become one of the most recognizable figures in the sport. Her powerful athleticism, fearless style, and calm maturity have made her a global star. For Eala, facing such a player is both a challenge and an opportunity. She has spoken with admiration about Gauff, describing her not only as an incredible athlete, but also as a role model. The respect between the two players adds an extra layer of meaning to any potential matchup. "I would love to play her again," Eala said with enthusiasm. "She's an incredible athlete and an incredible person." For a young competitor still climbing the rankings, matches like these serve as valuable learning experiences. Remembering the Dubai encounter. The most recent meeting between Eala and Gauff took place earlier this year at the Dubai Tennis Championships in Dubai. The match occurred in the quarterfinal stage, where Gauff delivered a dominant performance. The American star won decisively with a score of 6-0, 6-2, ending Eala's impressive run in the Middle East tournament. On paper, the result appeared one-sided, but for Eala, the match meant much more than the scoreboard suggested. Rather than feeling discouraged, she viewed the encounter as a valuable lesson about the level required to compete with the very best players in the world. Facing someone like Coco Gauff revealed the gap that still exists, but it also showed what is possible. Learning from the best. Professional tennis is often described as a continuous classroom. Every match offers lessons about strategy, fitness, mental strength, and resilience. For Alex Eala, sharing the court with top-ranked athletes has been one of the most powerful ways to improve her game. She understands that competing against elite players forces her to raise her standards. Players such as Ariana Sabalenka, Iga Swiatek, Elena Rybakina represent the highest level of modern women's tennis. Their power, precision, and mental toughness define the current era of the sport. Eala does not see them as unreachable figures. Instead, she views them as benchmarks, targets that push her to grow stronger and more confident with each tournament. Even after her loss in Dubai, she maintained a positive outlook. She acknowledged that the scoreline looked difficult, but she also recognized the valuable insights she gained from the match. Respect between competitors. One of the most remarkable aspects of tennis is the respect that often exists between rivals. Eala and Gauff share a connection beyond their competitive matches. At one point, the two players even teamed up as doubles partners during the Italian Open, gaining experience together on the same side of the net. Such experiences help build friendships and mutual admiration among players. Eala has frequently praised Gauff's professionalism and character, qualities that have made the American star a role model for many young athletes around the world. This mutual respect transforms potential matchups into something special, moments where competition meets inspiration. The immediate challenge, Diana Yastremska. Before Eala can focus on a possible rematch with Gauff, however, she must first overcome a formidable opponent. In the early rounds of the BNP Paribas Open, she's scheduled to face Ukrainian player Diana Yastremska. Yastremska, currently ranked inside the world's top 60, is known for her aggressive baseline play and powerful ground strokes. She arrives at the match in strong form after defeating China's Zheng Shuai with an impressive 6-3, 6-2 victory in the opening round. That performance demonstrated her readiness to compete and her ability to control matches from the start. For Eala, the challenge will be significant, but it's also an opportunity to prove how far she has progressed as a professional player. Doubles action and teamwork. In addition to her singles campaign, Eala is also competing in the doubles draw at Indian Wells. She has teamed up with American player Iva Jovic, forming a promising partnership. Their opponents include a strong duo, American Haley Baptiste and Latvian star Jelena Ostapenko. Doubles matches provide a different dynamic from singles competition. Players must rely on teamwork, communication, and quick reactions at the net. For younger players like Eala, doubles can also help sharpen tactical awareness and improve court positioning. Participating in both singles and doubles shows her commitment to gaining as much experience as possible. A rising star from the Philippines. Eala's journey carries special significance for her home country. Tennis has traditionally been dominated by players from Europe, the United States, and Australia, but Eala represents a new wave of athletes emerging from Southeast Asia. Her achievements have already inspired countless young Filipino players who dream of following in her footsteps. Every victory she earns on the international stage brings pride to her nation and increases the visibility of tennis in the region. Her success also reflects years of dedication and training. From junior tournaments to professional competitions, Eala has steadily climbed the rankings through hard work and perseverance. Chasing the top 30. One of Eala's major goals this season is to break into the top 30 of the WTA rankings. Achieving that milestone would mark a huge step forward in her career. Players inside the top 30 gain access to bigger tournaments, more favorable draws, and increased recognition within the sport. A strong performance at Indian Wells could bring her closer to that objective. Each match she wins not only improves her ranking, but also builds the confidence necessary to compete against the best players in the world. The spirit of competition. Tennis is a sport defined by individual battles. Every player walks onto the court alone, carrying the weight of preparation, expectation, and ambition. For Eala, that challenge is part of what makes the sport so rewarding. The possibility of facing Coco Gauff again represents more than just another match. It symbolizes progress. Each encounter with top players becomes a milestone in her development. Win or lose, these experiences shape her journey and prepare her for the future. Looking ahead. As the BNP Paribas Open unfolds, fans around the world will be watching closely. Will Eala defeat Diana Yastremska and move deeper into the tournament? Will the highly anticipated rematch with Coco Gauff finally happen? The answers will emerge on the courts of Indian Wells. But one thing is already certain. Eala's story is only beginning. With determination, talent, and a fearless attitude, she continues to climb the ranks of professional tennis.